Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, hit like, smash subscribe, all of that good stuff. So, Paro upsets Subriel Matias to become the new IBF Super Lightweight Champion of the world. This fight was a fight in which I was looking forward to. I felt it would be a fun fight, I felt it would be competitive, until it wasn't. Basically, I suspected this to be your usual Subriel Matias fight, whereas they start competitive, but eventually Matias breaks you down to the body, he overwhelms you before stopping you. I felt it would be the usual Matias fight. Going in, I felt Paro would have success, but I didn't think he would sustain it the way he did. Huge credit to Paro going to Puerto Rico to fight a champion in his backyard. Hostile atmosphere. You know, he was up against a guy who had a formidable aura. Plus he was up against the referee who, in my opinion, was way too harsh on Paro. But regardless, Paro put in a great display. His gas tank really impressed me. His composure really impressed me. His speed impressed me, both in regards to hand speed and foot speed. And yeah, all in all, I felt his tactical game plan was very good, very varied, and he handled what Matias had pretty, I wouldn't say easily, but he handled it well. When I first started watching this fight, you could tell that Paro, the southpaw, was trying to keep Matias turning. There was a lot of lateral movement from Paro. When I first started watching this fight, I felt the movement, while it was troubling Matias, I wondered whether Paro could keep it up, because for me, at the start of this fight, it looked like a lot of nervous energy, like he was very skittish kind of thing, and I wondered whether he could sustain that, but he made it work for himself throughout this fight. Kept Matias turning, never really allowed Matias to come in with those avalanches of punches where he just drowns you and smothers you. There were moments in this fight where Matias had success, but Paro did a good job of taking the play away by keeping Matias turning, by keeping him off balance, and keep on making him reset. Also, the variety in Paro's boxing was good. At times he was sniping from the outside, firing the jab, firing the straight left from the southpaw stance. But he was also firing away in the pocket, but what I liked, he would fire a quick combination, not really throwing with power, but shoeshine shots and getting out, again, making Matias reset. And for me, I felt the movement of Paro and the hand speed and the foot speed of Paro made Matias look a little stiff. One thing about Matias is, he does slowly warm into fights, and he's like a diesel engine. He'll up the pace round by round by round. But in this fight, it was weird. I always felt like he was forcing his work. So with Matias, when he gets in his flow, his punches flow very smoothly. He doesn't put a lot into the punches in regards to, like, he doesn't turn his whole body weight into punches. He lets the combinations flow and puts the shots together really well. I felt in this fight, he was really trying to turn into punches, and he was really forcing the issue. That didn't really suit him, in my opinion. You know, maybe it was a hometown crowd factor. Maybe he wanted to impress, but I felt that really hindered his performance. The fact that he wasn't as fluid, he wasn't as relaxed as he usually is. He looked a lot stiffer than usual, in my opinion. He actually hurt Paro towards the end of round 6. But Paro, you know, he saw it out really well. Matias tried to put it on him. Paro never broke. And he resumed his game plan, boxing and moving, firing away in the pocket and turning. Also, Paro's body attack in this fight was very good. You know, firing around the high guard of Matias, because Matias primarily tried to use that high guard defense to get close to Paro, but Paro was doing a good job of firing around that guard to the body, to the rib cage, etc. Also firing around the guard to the head as well. He got around that guard pretty well. Matias, again, he was trying to apply pressure. He was the guy who was coming forwards behind that high guard, but it just wasn't as relentless as we're used to seeing from Subriel Matias. There were times when he would walk forwards behind that guard, and I felt he was in punching range, but he never let his hands go. Maybe it's because his jab wasn't effective in this fight. You know, he was fighting a southpaw who was moving a lot, And maybe Matias struggling to land that jab really offset the rest of his offense, because Matias, he does set a lot up off his jab, and he uses that weapon to cut the ring off and apply pressure. The jab really wasn't there against Liam Paro, the agile southpaw. So maybe it was that. Maybe it was the fact that he couldn't land that jab to gauge the distance to then throw. I don't know, but Liam Paro's movement, like I said, was on point. His hand speed was on point. His foot speed was on point. Good output. You know, he put on a really good display here and clearly won the fight. And yeah, going forwards, he's definitely a very good addition to 140. He really impressed me. Hopefully, you know, we see him in big fights. I'm sure he's going to go back to Australia, have a homecoming, and then after that, hopefully we see unification fights. As for Subriel Matias, I'm still a big fan of his. You know, still, in my opinion, one of the most exciting fighters in boxing. I just felt his performance wasn't up to par, to be honest. I don't think the intensity was there. And listen, a lot of that was to do with Liam Paro and how well he did. So let's not take away from Liam Paro and his performance, but I certainly think Matias can do better. I didn't like how stiff he looked in this fight. And that's one thing Matias isn't. He's not stiff like a lot of people say he is. He gets loose when he gets going, but he never got going in this fight. But yeah, really good display by Liam Paro. Surprised the hell out of me. I felt he would have success, but I felt it would just be like every other Matias fight where Matias just grinds the guy down and stops him. But Liam Paro showed good defense, good toughness, good movement, and he wins the fight. Great win, man. Fair play to Liam Paro. Credit to him and his team. Anyway, share your thoughts below. Been your guy Del Boy. Peace.